Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is The Legend of Zelda, and I am Chris Beck.
And you're stuck with Nicholas Weber as a guest this evening.
Sweet. Well, Nick, when are you going to quit calling yourself a guest?
I don't know, because really I'm more of a co-host. We've been spending a lot of time together recently, haven't we?
Seriously, I was just going to say, like, not only are you a co-host on this show, but we've been hanging out for, what, a decade?
That, and I'm planning on starting a competing channel too, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's just,
real stiff competition you got here, Nick.
It's like smoker's syndrome, you know. It's like I stand there and I don't know what to do with my hands, so I light a cigarette, you know. It's just I don't know how to intro myself in. It'd be less awkward if I didn't call myself out on it each time, but here we are.
But you know what? That's what the alcohol is for tonight. What are we drinking here on your end?
Oh, jeez. The most vile substance I could concoct.
Oh, dear God.
Pepsi. I hate Kraken so much, and yet here I am drinking
What is Kraken? How do I not know this?
Kraken is like 94 proof rum.
Oh, shit. You're about to get fucked up.
Well, thankfully, I'll only be here for about an hour, so then I'm Rex's problem after that.
Yeah, then you can sleep it off.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start drinking at 10:30.
These guys with the spears.
What are you having a nip of?
Tonight I'm having gin and tonic, but I really think that this particular gin that I purchased while I'm... Oh, by the way, for all two of our listeners here, I'm actually not at home as we're recording this. I'm on vacation with my family at Lake Erie in Northwest Ohio, and I picked up a bottle of Tanqueray, and it's this like special formula that I haven't had before from them. It's super limey, and you can taste the juniper berries really strong. I think you would love it.
Juniper berries.
Yeah, so like really heavy on the lime and juniper. It would make an excellent gin gimlet, which is what I made you last time you were at my house.
You know, what we need to do is we need to, in order to get our numbers up, we need to start lying more on the stream.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Case in point, don't say that you're at, don't say you're at the lake. Say we're at, Comic-Con. You know?
Yeah, right. Reporting on all of the goings-on in the Comic-Con place.
That's happening right now, right? Isn't it?
Sure, what the hell? Ah, these guys aren't done with the tree yet. I came all the way up here for nothing.
Yeah, you gotta defeat Agamemnon first, or
Agnagnemnim.
Agatha Christie, or
Agatha Christie. That's, you got it. Nailed it.
Something like that.
Ugh. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take a sip.
Isn't Agatha? Oh gosh, here we go already. Isn't Agaton just Ganon, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, he's like a human form that he took on, and the game's not real clear on that.
Yeah, it was delightfully vague. Oh, anyway.
It's all the story you needed.
We gonna spend this money? We've already got like 650 ruples somehow.
Ruples? Where are we, in fucking India? Ruples?
Rupees. I mean, they're...
Hey, Nick, check this out. We can catch this guy now.
I don't think we can't. Oh, well.
Oh, no. I could have if it let me keep running.
He's gone. He's in the trees now.
He's in the trees. Which house is that, guys? Like, you don't go into a house and see him there. I think he actually is climbing a tree to safety.
I think he just lives on the streets. That's my understanding. By choice. Not like he's poor. He just chooses to be homeless.
Yeah, right. That's his shtick.
So, I've got to say, I don't want to really reference a stream within a stream, but man, those Way Out videos were hilarious.
We had some good chemistry flowing there. I love every time you bust my chops over me losing a minigame.
Oh yeah, with the Connect 4 stream. And
oh god, yeah. I've always been like, I don't know. Like I've always been a sore loser, but I've kind of mellowed out with age, and so like I can appreciate like your determination and like just how bad I am at like those button prompt mini games.
As I understand it, at least in episode 5, the clam before the storm.
Yeah, the clam before the storm.
You
Could
won
use
at
our-
wheelchair racing, but I won at Connect 4, which was the only ranked game of the so
Oh shit. Oh,
Guy
Connect
always
4.
gives the money back.
Dude, we should do a live Let's Play of Connect 4. But because I know you're not comfortable with your face on camera, we can wear like funny hats or something.
I can blur it out, you know, seeing as how I am in witness protection.
Nice. So hey, you and going back to your statement from earlier, you and Glenn are gonna start a channel.
Yeah, well, okay. So, I mean, I love doing what we're doing, but I want to do something a bit on my own, a slightly different formula than what we're doing.
Sweet.
But I'm still gonna post my videos to, oh god, this Kraken is so bad. I'm still gonna post my videos to play the hits, but I'm gonna start another channel, facetiously, you know.
No, dude, do what you want, man. I'm not.
Called, I think I finally settled on the title Game and Gab. It's
Game
gonna
and Gab.
kind of be like
Sweet.
less of a game thing, more of like a coffee chat and video games.
Sweet.
So a little bit more of a interview format thing. I want to try and have like structured topics.
Nice. Yeah, dude, do what you like, and I'd love to be on that. I like I said, I do not take this channel seriously at all. This is like my video diary.
Oh,
So
and this is delightfully enjoyable. Don't get me wrong.
yeah. But yeah, I would love to watch your stuff too and like hear your thoughts on games.
Our thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through, and forgive me if I've said this before, we're gonna go through all 5 Metal Gears, some more than others. Look
Sweet.
at you, Clive. And just kind of do an evaluation of does it hold up today.
Oh, nice, yeah. You know what you should do? I would love to see you play the Twin Snakes on GameCube and compare it with the original. Because I think I've made my feelings about that game known before, but I'd be curious to hear what you think.
That's actually not a bad idea. I hadn't considered that. Maybe because I didn't want to play through Twin Snakes again.
Okay,
but-
cool. So we are on the same page. Excellent. Then say no more, because I'd love to hear your full thoughts. But yeah, Twin Snakes made me
An
weep openly.
an awful lot of effort to remake a game that ultimately didn't do much.
Yeah, well, and not only that, though, but like the only things... there were some positive changes to the gameplay. Like, I like the things that they brought in from Metal Gear Solid 2, but really what it did was kind of just make the main game a little too easy. But then the story sequences, oh my god. Like,
It's like they needed to bring in all the cringeworthiness that Metal Gear Solid 2 established into
Yeah,
the
like-
one pretty stable game.
and then eventually, that's just kind of the path that the series took, was just go as batshit bonkers as it could.
Which is always weird, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds in this, but like for me, Metal Gear only really worked as a game series when it was with dealing with plausible alternate history.
Yeah.
But then the game tries to be like wonky and zany, and it's like, no, you can't do both. You really have
Nope.
to do the other.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I thought Metal Gear Solid 1 was so brilliant because a lot of its zaniness was very tongue-in-cheek.
Well, I mean, and it was great because, I mean, it was essentially Metal Gear Solid 1 was just Die Hard with a couple mutants. And that's what I loved about it.
And very self-aware, too. Like, it wasn't, like, so far up its own ass like some of the later entries. Like, they weren't 100% sure if people were going to eat this up or not, and so they just made it, like, their own thing. And so then, beginning with Metal Gear Solid 2, because the first one was such a success, it's like, okay, how do we top this?
Mhm.
And when you start trying to do that, instead of just making the project you want to make, that never ends well. Boy, that Kraken is kicking your ass, huh?
Oh, I am so sorry.
Hey.
Pretty much all the Kraken had settled to the bottom of the glass. I was making very little progress for everything else I drank right before that.
Hey, Nick, I know you're going to hate me, but release the Kraken.
Thanks, Jeff Bridges. I really appreciate that dank meme.
That was dank, wasn't it? Dude, are we too old to be dank?
We're old enough to make dad jokes, but we're young enough for them to be cool, relevant dad jokes, according to my sister, who I got to play Resident Evil 7 over the weekend.
Nice! How'd she like it?
Oh, she loved it. She loved it. She's not super proficient as far as a 3D environment in the game goes, but she appreciated, like, the horror elements, so It was good. I'm going to make a gamer of her yet.
Nice. I thought she was one, but I am wrong.
She like watches other people play games out of the Game Grumps, but I'm trying to get her into like actually doing it herself.
Wait, this
Which I
isn't
think-
like your 7-year-old sister, is it?
No, this is my tiny sister. She used to be 7, but now she's 13.
Oh shit, are you kidding me? Dude, you just made me feel super fucking old.
She's 13 and Dre is like 9. Dre being like the crown prince of gaming. So
Wait, how old is my son again?
Like 8, 7.
What? 3. Don't fuck with me like that, Nick.
No,
I'm
thought you
just
were asking-
inebriated enough.
No, I actually thought Connor was like 2, but 2.5 perhaps.
That makes me feel better. Hey, fuck you.
So, anyways, yeah, she thoroughly enjoyed that. We got her to the part where you meet the Baker family. I thought, all right, that's
Welcome to the family, son.
we've done all the. You know, for being such an iconic line, the "Welcome to the family, son" thing is like one of those lines that's really easy to miss if you're looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it is. Like, who the hell said that?
Right? Because I just assumed it was my horrible girlfriend again.
That reminds me, man. This weekend when I get home, I'll have access to the PS4 again. I say we finish A Way Out and get started on Remake, if you're down for that.
Yeah, I just need to get a Sony subscription of some sort in the cheapest way possible, and then we can.
Oh,
go ahead
sure.
and finishing that.
I think PlayStation Plus will let you do a free trial, and then we have options for how we do Resident Evil Remake. We could either record it from my end on the PS4, just using the Elgato, or we could do it from your end, since you'll have your fancy new equipment, on
like
Steam.
Yeah, I would like to start my first stream with our Star Tropics run.
Oh, tight. Okay. So I'll be
yeah.
on the reins for Resident Evil.
Yeah, when we get to that point.
Okay.
So yeah, let's finish up A Way Out, because I'm really anxious to, see how that concludes.
Yeah,
with
we're just
us.
about to fucking get on that plane, and we just
I don't
haven't this
have-
week.
I don't think we've got much longer. So
I think we're down to like the final eighth of the game. Nice.
Yeah. So, but I am really looking forward to introducing you to Star Tropics. That's
yeah,
pretty
we could.
neat game to my heart.
Yeah, we could definitely do that before Resident Evil. Because I've been dying to see it. Like ever since you started talking about, like I looked up some old videos of it just to refresh myself, and yeah, I am down for a playthrough of that.
1 and 2, or just 1?
Oh man, I've never even seen 2.
That's a really popular response. A lot of people were familiar with 1. Not so many knew that 2 came out.
Yeah, like I straight up didn't know it was out in America. I
I
thought it was like Terranigma.
Yeah, Glenn, a good friend of mine, we both kind of realized the same day that I started playing Metal Gear Solid that we both played Star Tropics as children. He
Nice.
too did not know that it had a sequel. So,
Dude, if you ever get like super into editing, I would love for you to like not just do playthroughs like we're doing on this channel, but like full on, diagnostics and reviews.
I kind of want to do like a game book club kind of thing, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
It does, and I want to be a part of it. Is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like like there are series that I would love to like without playing, just speak my mind about.
Yeah, but I definitely feel that we kind of need a game as a catalog. Well, I don't know.
Shit.
Maybe that would be kind of something we do with my channel-ish.
Yeah.
I kind of like the ability to just kind of spitball things as you or I play through a game with this.
Oh, for sure. And this is like all I really want to do with my channel. Like I don't intend to ever get into like full-fledged reviews or anything like that. Just because one, I don't have the time to dedicate to editing. Like I just want to play games with my friends and document that we did this basically.
After 31 years of threatening to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I get that. Yep. Which I'm really glad you started this, because I had this recording itch for about 1.5 years, and starting this with you is what kind of pushed me over the edge to like, okay, this is not only plausible and doable, but pretty simple.
Yeah, it's actually not as difficult. I mean, at least at the amateur level, which is where we are.
Yeah.
What really got me into it was during my lunch breaks at work, I started watching, like you said, the Game Grumps, and then like Super Beard Brothers, Pro Jared, who's that guy who really reminds me of you. And I was just thinking like, oh man, they like all the same games I do, and they're just like basically, on this channel airing their love for this stuff. Like, I want to do this too.
If they
And
did it first, damn it.
yeah, they did. But when I think about like when you think about it, like if we had had a camera running in 2009 when we were, in your like little closet office at the college, like
Yep.
that was before most of these guys got started or at least got their big breaks.
It's
So-
ironic because that's exactly what Glenn and I did. We did like a proto series back in 2009, but the technology was just so frustrating to use.
Oh yeah, they've done huge like leaps and bounds since our days in that closet at Defiance College.
I really wish, though, we had stuck with it, but, if wishes are fishes.
Yeah, exactly. I also still, like, if this ever gets out there on the internet, we are still looking for a Flash animator to make our Commander Shepard series come to life.
Oh, by the way, now that you mentioned that, one of the projects we need to do is a Mass Effect run-through.
Yeah, that'll be a long one, but that'll be worth it.
Yeah, that has to be like when we've established some core competencies and whatnot, but that has to be like the crown jewel of what we do. Oh, gosh.
So Nick, for those uninformed, would you like to walk through our Commander Shepard series?
Oh, goodness. Commander Shepard, at least the way we played it, is a man worse than most of the Reaper threat combined.
And not just in terms of combat capabilities, but in moral destitute, yeah.
Morality, diet. I mean, he's just a horrible individual.
He indulges every appetite of the flesh without remorse. Mostly at the expense of his team, particularly Jacob.
usually Joker and Jacob.
Yeah.
He likes to punch down, we'll put it that way.
Oh, man. What did I just get? Was that the big key? It was the big key. Okay.
Yeah, so you got the thing you need to go ahead and get the...
Well, and the best part was he even had a theme song, which is where the bulk of the jokes took place.
Yeah, it was more of a jingle, and it helped when the terrible thing he was doing would rhyme.
Right.
But,
most of the time it did not, at least when I was doing them, but we had some good
Usually not sober.
Yeah, exactly.
Which helped.
He's Commander Shepard, setting up hidden camcorders in the shower.
or my favorite, Commander Shepard. Orphans are a cheap source of labor. And then we'd have to make up a story around the jingle involving the crew. That was the challenge.
Shepard, I just got back from the engine room, and there's an awful lot of kids tinkering with the hyperdrive. You shut your fucking mouth, Jacob. Where did you find these children? None of your fucking business, that's where. Are we breaking the law? I am the law.
Was Commander and Shepard? Commander and Shepard. Wow.
Commander.
Today's stream brought to you by Kraken. So a Kraken-based stream. So if you type in Kraken when you start watching the stream, you will get 5% off on your next purchase of Kraken. I'm sorry, don't do that because we have no money and we have no sponsor.
Don't release the Kraken.
No, do not release the class action lawsuit.
Yeah. But Kraken, if you want to sponsor some extremely low-grade YouTube content, play the hits right here.
If you want...
The official Let's Play of Kraken.
If you want YouTube content as disgusting as your product, I'm your boy. My dream is to eventually get a sponsor from Guinness.
Guinness, there you go.
Thick as a loaf of bread, but damned if I don't love it. So, anywho, wasn't like Commander Shepard basically just proto Knuckles? I mean, when you think about it.
Well, Knuckles is more of like a bully, whereas Commander Shepard just is like a hedonist.
That's true.
Like he won't tolerate any point of view different from his own, whereas Knuckles he genuinely means well, but he just doesn't know any better.
So he's like Trump, but without bone spurs.
Are we talking about Shepard or Knuckles? Because
Oh.
Trump does not mean well.
Shepard.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say, don't you dare compare Knuckles with Trump.
Oh goodness.
Knuckles is a saint compared to Trump.
He'll
You
tell
know
so
Knuckles.
himself.
You know Knuckles always got your back, baby.
Hey there, Rex. Still cheating on that?
Knuckles has a long history of voting Democrat. Knuckles is pro-union labor.
Got to protect that working class, Knuckles.
Yeah, right. Knuckles stands up for the little man. And for only 5 knuckle bucks, I'll stand up for you.
Why am I picturing a Union sign that says that?
It's got Knuckles.
Knuckles Bucks, or Knuckles standing for you, standing with America.
United Steel Mill Workers Union, and then it has in the Sonic format and Knuckles.
Oh, funny enough, my tiny sister Angelina, who's this wicked good artist,
Nice.
started coming up with these. We were watching some of the more kid-friendly parts of A Way Out, and so she.
There's kid-friendly parts of that?
My parts.
You just mute whenever I start talking.
No, she says
as do
you're
half the
very.
people.
She says you're very funny. Don't worry.
Oh, good. That means a lot.
She started envisioning like what Knuckles looks like, and I thought, well, can you draw this? Maybe I could use Ace and Spades creator.
Dude,
Angelina.
if you could go ahead and send me that picture, I will post it at the end of this episode.
Yeah, she did a preliminary drawing, I think, of like Knuckles, and he's got this bandana and he's all tatted up. It's great.
Yes. That's awesome.
It's great. So I just need to get her to clean it up a bit. It helps if I can pay her. So boy, there's where
Our first commission.
Yeah, right. So like maybe we can get Arby's to sponsor us, and get some Arby's ads on the channel. Then we can immediately funnel that money to my 13-year-old sister.
Nice. Where you at, Blue Apron? Come at us.
Right.
They're only sponsoring half of YouTube.
Yeah, I'd like to get a Blue Apron kit at one point, but
They're good, man.
That's what they tell me. They
Like, not even an ad. They're freaking delicious. I love Blue Apron.
Yeah, but how much is it? Like, cost-wise?
It's worth doing at least a trial of because they give you like a lot off of your first order.
Mhm.
This is quickly turning into an ad.
Speaking of which, this episode is also sponsored by. Anyways.
Kraken, Blue Apron. What the fuck, Jägermeister, come at me. Arby's.
And Action Park, home of the Flume of Doom. If you can make it all the way through the loop without cracking your skull open, you can enjoy the rest of the park's amenities. Have you ever heard of Action Park?
No, but it sounds like Itchy and Scratchy Land, and I love it.
Okay, so Action Park was this park that was famous in the 1980s for killing numerous guests.
Yes! How have I not read this?
So like their biggest thing was this big black tube that you would slide down, and then you needed to like build up enough momentum to make it through a loop.
Yes!
But it didn't happen. Like people would smack their head on the top of it, they'd get stuck. Fat
Oh
people
no!
would get stuck inside, and then they'd keep sending people in after them.
That's awesome. And just to like clear out the stragglers.
Well, they didn't know people were still inside of it, but I guess, they didn't realize, oh, hey, there's still people in here.
I'm sure after the first few times it happened, they knew there were people still inside.
Well, yeah, when people started dying. It was so bad it was eventually renamed Class Action Park.
That's awesome.
You have to look this up. It's amazingly bad.
I'm not even gonna talk to this guy.
They had a Tarzan rope where you would jump off of it, and you would like jump into this this little pool that was fed with spring water.
Dude.
The disadvantage being that the spring water was like 20 degrees. Like your breath is immediately sucked out of you as you hit it.
That's amazing. Dude, these were better times for America, like when we weren't afraid to let kids die having fun.
Speaking of kids dying having fun, so some of the biggest flaws of the park were that they had no ability to track age. So like they were just serving like 16-year-olds like alcohol because you could serve anybody alcohol at the park. They didn't ask for
yes.
The lifeguards were usually also untrained 16 to 17-year-olds who
So they
didn't know
didn't give
how
a
to
shit.
pond.
And they were so drunk they couldn't even help. Ah, damn
So
it.
you had all these belligerent clients walking around, and this was like marketed to a largely like Hispanic and I think Chinese population. So you had these drunk folks walking around who maybe didn't speak English as a first lesson. Someone all of a sudden gets thrown off the Alpine slide at 45 miles an hour.
Oh,
You
this
got
makes me so happy.
to go home.
Oh, man, cruising down the Alpine slide. Oh, wait, you mean the Widowmaker?
Well, the Alpine slide would go so fast, it was not uncommon for you to accidentally get pushed into someone else's lane.
Oh, no way. Dude, you know what would be a great Let's Play, like, just one-off episode? Did you ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon? Like, the good one, the first one?
Yes, that was a terrific game.
That was truly good game making. Come on, damn it.
Okay, all right.
I may be too drunk to,
You know the trick to this, right?
Yeah, just throw the bombs.
No. Go all the way down to the bottom, and you can actually walk to their side.
You're shitting me.
Do it. I said the bottom, not walk into the pit.
Oh, well, what do you know? Dude, 20... See, that's what I love about this game. Fucking 25 years since I first played this, and I'm still learning new shit.
Here's your ball, Rex. Go chew on that.
So already this Let's Play is completely worth it for me because I learned something new again.
Well, I like to try and
Dude.
interject at least one new thing into every stream we do.
That was tight, man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Action Park. I'm sorry.
I did learn about Action Park too, and that was worthwhile. But mostly I was talking about what a great game this is.
So it looks like we need to get rid of some of this money.
Yeah, I was thinking about once I get the flippers going to the lake here, and just upgrading my bombs and quiver.
Yeah. That's what it is. Okay. Do you think we can get the third? Do you think we can get the third Dragon Ball before the end of this stream?
Oh yeah, we're only like a half hour in. We can go a little long. And
'Cause
the tower dungeon doesn't take me too long.
Yeah.
It's actually the
Okay.
boss of that thing that takes me longer than anything, because I usually fall down like 5 or 6 times.
Modrim.
Yeah, whatever his
Modrim?
fucking douchebag name is. Huh, I'm about to die.
You're
Actually, no,
not
I'm not.
in good health.
Yeah, but I got some fairies. Thanks,
Fairy
dude.
dust. Isn't that the name for like PCP or something like that?
I'm sure it has many names, Nick. Yo, man, you want to smoke some fairy dust? I got it. I got it right here. Where you going, Link? Come on, don't be a bitch. Wait, why is he Knuckles? Why did I make him Knuckles?
Leo, is that you?
You can call me whatever you want to call me, baby. Oh, boy.
You already have the ice rod. Okay, that's
I
right.
do.
Then what are we going for in here?
I don't know. Is it just the room that shows me the ice rod?
Yes
it's
and
a
no.
Actually, this works out. Cool. That's what I needed.
No. Like, you know about the secret in this room, right?
Possibly?
Okay, you know about the good bee? Okay,
Oh, yeah, there
now-
he is. Yep, okay, that's right.
I guess I won't be able to teach you that much.
I totally forgot about the good bee, though. I'm gonna release a fairy and get the good bee.
Well, you know, most of them are terrible, but every now and then you run into one of the good ones.
Sweet. Good bee. We're also gonna get a third bottle, I believe, this episode.
Oh yeah, you gotta get to, like, the hobo under the bridge, right?
Yeah. So let's go get the flippers, get
Yeah,
the third
I forgot about
bottle, and head to the
Bit of a-
tower.
side trip where you gotta go do the Zora quest.
Yeah, that won't take long, though. I should still have most of the river memorized.
Rex, stop it! He keeps on picking his ball up, jumping on top of the couch, and then dropping it on me.
You know, my dog will sometimes get in my lap and start licking his dick, so there's that.
You don't have a dog, you have a slightly oversized rat.
Yeah, he pretty much is. But there is nothing more that dog loves than to try to, like, emasculate me however he can. Like he will literally just like make full eye contact with me, and then just like go to town on his dong. It is ridiculous.
It's hard to respect an animal that you could one-hand throw across the room.
Well, that's the great thing, is that he doesn't respect me either. So it's just it's like this like little terror rat that just lives in my house. I don't know what I'd do if he died, but at the same time, like I kind of want to kill him.
I always wonder what it'd be like if Rex got to meet Pooh, or if you needed a dog sitter. But I'm always afraid he'll like pick him up in his jaws, fling him around a little bit, and then.
We talking about Pooh picking up Rex or Rex picking up Pooh?
Rex picking up Pooh.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to clarify because
Rex is 60 pounds. I don't know how you're coming up with that.
I was gonna say Pooh will surprise you sometimes.
Rex, he's a big boy at this point.
If nothing else, Pooh has proven to be surprisingly durable. With my free sample.
I think you got to go inside for the free sample.
Of course you do. Here, have some fresh from the kettle. This isn't even health potion. This is just soup. Yeah. Witch soup. Not everything can be magical just because we're in Zelda.
We're witches, not doctors.
Right? Oh, man. Let's see here. Nope. Okay.
I've never understood how running into that pile of clams makes it disperse.
Yeah, or how that's any different from, like, the singular little bricks on the ground, you know?
Yeah, it's like they needed another sort of, like, environment item you could interact with. They didn't want to put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, also, I'm not the only one to... I'm sure I'm not the first one to see this or say this, but, like, what do you see on the top of those stones?
On which stones?
Like, just these general ones that are laying around.
Oh, well,
it's the number 8, right? Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
I was wondering, like, what the symbolism was there, you know? Like,
I don't know why, but...
The 8 princes of Hyrule or something who built this land? I don't know. Oh, damn.
I want to do my game theory voice, but I just, can't be bothered to care that much anymore.
It's the 8 timeline theory.
It reminds me of that bit Jon Stewart did about Glenn Beck, and he got bored with it 30 seconds into it and was like, you know what, I don't even care anymore. Took the glasses off, threw them across the stage. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, right. It quit being funny because it's so real.
What, Glenn Beck and Jon Stewart, what are those guys doing?
Jon Stewart's trying to find a way to spend $2 billion. Glenn Beck is probably crying into his Bible. I don't know.
You don't hear much about Glenn Beck anymore. I think it's because it kind of went like, well, you were either against Trump, or you were with them. And
oh, that's right. He actually was against him.
Yeah, he came out in support of Black Lives Matter at one point as well too. So I believe
that's bizarre.
Well, I don't know. I used to listen to Glenn Beck quite a bit in the day because he. Not necessarily out of fandom or anything, but I found him interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of the way I also find Charles Manson interesting if I want to be capricious, but...
Or Chris Beck, for that matter.
He was a little more complicated than most other conservatives when he was actually on the radio and not having a nervous breakdown. Well, I shouldn't say that like I'm making fun of that, but... yeah, more interesting character than Rush Limbaugh, who's just there to toe the company line.
Yeah, I mean, Rush is just an asshole for the sake of being an asshole.
Yeah, but he fully admits that, at the very least, he does it because...
to sign the paychecks, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily believe in what he's saying. Yeah. He's just killed them.
I told you the story about my dad when he was at the University of Pittsburgh, right?
Let's say, for argument's sake, you didn't.
My dad fucking knew Rush Limbaugh. My dad worked at a radio station for a while, and back then, Rush was on that radio station, just calling himself Jack Christie, and just making, like, regular radio. Like, and that was the thing. My dad, like, from what little he knew him, said, like, he could just go into character at a moment's notice. Like, everything he does is just an act.
Yep. I read a few biographies on Rush Limbaugh. I don't know what it was back in high school. I had this fascination with conservative radio personalities. Go figure. Yeah, your dad, I swear, needs his own podcast because every time you bring him up, he's always got an interesting story or backstory.
Oh yeah. My favorite one is when he almost broke Pistol Pete Maravich's nose. My dad was at a basketball camp that was coached by Pistol Pete, and Pistol Pete used to make them do this exercise where they had to hold the basketball at their knees and then drop it to the ground, clap their hands behind their back, and catch the ball before it actually hit the pavement. And his hands were so fast that he could actually do this. God damn it! My dad tried to do it so hard that he sent the ball flying across the room and into Pistol Pete's face.
I like how your dad has just met this rogues gallery of famous people.
Right?
No big deal.
He also met Bernie Sanders, but that wasn't a very exciting story. That was just at a campaign rally.
Yeah, I remember you saying something along the lines of like he shook his hand and said, something about he would like to see him come out to vote or something.
Yeah. Dave, nice to meet you.
Yep.
Good to meet you, Dave. We're going to stick it to the millionaires and the billionaires.
It's exactly what I would expect. It was so funny because about 5 years ago, I was going through a bit of a spur of reading a bunch of books about the working class and the abuses of the agricultural industry. And every single time, Bernie Sanders' name would come up, I was like, oh, this guy sounds interesting. Wonder if I'll ever hear from him again.
Right.
And then 2016 happens.
And now he's all you hear about. Well, besides Trump.
Yeah.
But yeah, though that was a good one. And I don't know why, but my Bernie Sanders voice just sounds like a Kennedy.
It does, which is problematic from a few perspectives there. Hey, real quick, the pond that you were just throwing stuff into, do you know that that's actually from a Aesop's fable?
You're shitting me.
Yeah. Shut
Hi,
your
Rex.
mouth. Shut your mouth. Hey, guys. Anyways, yeah, it's from an Aesop's fable called The Axe of Mercury. And it's the same exact concept. A farmer drops his axe into a pond. The goddess of the lake, or the spirit of the lake, holds up a silver axe, asks if you dropped it. He said no. She said, "Oh, you're honest. You can have a golden axe instead."
Nice.
So, yeah,
where's the one where they just throw money in until they give him more arrows?
I think that's in the 1001 Nights. No, not really.
I think after the first time you do this, they start letting you throw in more rupees, and it becomes 50 substantially easier.
By the way, I do think you can... Well, no, never mind. So anyways, yeah, Bernie Sanders. Fun guy.
There's an alternate universe out there somewhere where we're fucking answering to President Sanders right now? What do you think that universe is like?
I would imagine not too different from where we are now. Republicans still control the House and the Senate. Bernie Sanders wants to do free health care for everybody on the continents, but can't get the Congress to go along with them.
That's fair.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was all for the whole Sanders thing, but I also knew intellectually there's no way he can get anything done.
Yeah,
even with the House of Democrats. I mean, even Obama had to compromise on health care.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me pitch this to you. Somewhere out there's an alternate universe where Bernie Sanders is presiding over a Democratic-controlled Congress.
Is the world necessarily any better, though? I wonder.
Well, at least it's a lot cheaper to live in.
Well, I don't exactly
Besides
see
taxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aside from taxes, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I'm one of those people that I don't really fucking care. You want my tax dollars, at least do something fucking good with them.
Yeah.
I mean, if Trump just used this whole Melania jacket thing to withdraw from Social Security for the first time in 30 years.
It was so funny because I have definitely hit Trump fatigue stage here, and I just don't care about anything related to Trump. I get it. He's a thief. He's a creep. He's vile. But I was like, oh boy, here we go. Melania Trump's in the news. I wonder what innocuous thing was written on her jacket that everyone's making a bitch fist.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Wait, what? The jacket said what?
Yeah, but no, there's that though. But like the much bigger story that no one's covering is that the fucking Republican-controlled Congress just withdrew from the United States Citizens Social Security Fund for the first time since Reagan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that is really fucking alarming.
Oh,
Because
so like it wasn't just to cover up the fact that I think the New York District Attorney determined that Trump's charity was just basically a big con job to pay for his golf course, because that came out as well that week.
oh yeah, there's all sorts of stupid shit that's going to keep coming out, but we're just going to keep listening to, whatever is like shocking or whatever ignorant thing he says that week.
I think I had this conversation with Glenn at one point, but if anybody was serious about beating Trump, we wouldn't do these like outrage stories where people pretend that they're.
Oh no. Like, the media doesn't care.
Talk about the 5 things Trump did while you weren't looking this week, and he'd be
Yeah,
out of
no.
office.
Dude, the media fucking, like, liberal or conservative, the media fucking loves Trump. What would they do without Trump? It's like the Joker and Batman. What the fuck would they do if he was gone one day? Like, can you imagine, like, how boring the news cycle would be if he got impeached?
It would be like Fox News during the age of Obama. Or wait a second, I got that backwards.
Well, no, yeah, no, you're right. Like Fox had nothing. Like, they just had to. They talked about like what kind of mustard he had on his hamburger. Like, it was ridiculous.
Do you remember that when they made that big bitch fest about?
Oh
him
yeah,
eating
Dijon. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's too good to eat yellow mustard. And then they had like the Democrat apologist on there who's like, oh no, Dijon mustard is actually like a really common mustard. And it's like, what? Why is this happening? But at the very least, like, Obama was so squeaky clean that that's all we had to argue about.
I know, right? Like there was, well, I mean, we had some, I don't know if I'd say scandals, but some mishaps,
Oh, sure.
He did somehow get away with locking kids in cages at the border, and I guess it wasn't an issue till Trump did it. But and there was also the Fast and Furious thing, and I'm sure there's a few other things if I like really think about it. But I mean, overall,
I remember the one time Obama appeared on Jay Leno's show and said that he bowled like a kid in the Special Olympics, so then he actually had to go and bowl with a bunch of Special Olympics kids. Oh man, like. And I mean, I get it. Like that was a shit thing to say, and he should have had to apologize, and he did. But like the kind of crap that you only have to do if you're the president of the United States, Like if I were to say that, like I would just get called a huge flaming asshole, and they would be right. But I wouldn't have to like make a public apology and spend my afternoon bowling with a bunch of kids.
So what we need to do is we need to talk about how Russian hookers are no good at playing shuffleboard. I'm just saying, right?
Russian hookers.
No good at playing shuffleboard, because by that logic...
Have you hired some Russian hookers to test this theory, Nick?
I'm hoping that making a derogatory comment about Russian hookers will spark outrage and someone will make an offer.
No, man, it's in vogue right now to hate on Russia. You got to go after, like... I don't know.
Who are we still friends with? I know it's not Canada.
No, for sure not Canada. Like, oh, what's the country without clean water right now? Oh wait, no, that's the United States. It's Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, right.
What's the country without electricity? Brazil. Right?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Thank you. God damn, I'm not that drunk. Actually, I am. Holy shit. This gin is kicking my ass. Of course, this is my second one.
Yeah, so anyways,
Nick's like, I have no comment about that. I don't even like gin. I don't even drink gin.
I'm actually a really big gin and tonic fan. I just not a huge fan of hard liquor, so that's why we don't have any around here, I guess.
Except the Kraken.
Yeah, well, that's been sitting in the freezer for a year and a half, and there was some Pepsi in the fridge, and I was like, all right, we're doing this.
Oh, speaking of which, how'd you like that scotch I got you for Christmas? Did you ever drink that?
I have not had any of it yet. I have to mix it with something, and then like I knew I needed to get some bitters and stuff. And
I just assumed you were waiting for a really fancy house guest to come over. It's in there, and I'll probably drink it at some point. But like I've kind of whined about before, I've got a lot of trouble digesting hard liquor. I don't know what it is. I got it. Well, scotch you're not supposed to digest. I mean, it's just a sipping liquor.
What am I supposed to do? Well, rinse my mouth with it and spit it out?
Dude, you're supposed to put it in there with like cup full of ice and like barely have it reach the bottom of the first cube, man. You're supposed to chew on scotch.
Huh, that sounds like a lot of
Like
effort.
that bottle of scotch better last you until your retirement, man.
Well, at this rate, it just might. But no, I'll get to it eventually. It's
Because it's a damn good bottle. not to
Oh,
not to pat myself on the back, but
the best liquor liqueur in this case that you ever bought me was the Songbird Coffee alcohol.
oh yeah, anyone in Bloomington, go to Cardinal Spirits and pick up a bottle of that. And by the way, Cardinal Spirits, if you're listening to this, come sponsor us.
Right.
I can just see it right now. Like, we have to start every episode. You know, when I'm drunk off my ass from Cardinal Spirits fine liqueurs, sometimes I need a triple stacked roast beef. That's when I head to Arby's.
From Arby's. Yeah, so Songbird, if you don't mind sharing space with Kraken, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, dude, that coffee liqueur is great.
Now we got to do that. You know, oh man. And I'm not much of an alcohol snob. I mean, like, I get it. Alcohol's supposed to make me not sober. I really don't do much beyond that. But, oh, that was so good with cream and ice cream.
You know,
it was amazing.
Yeah, you know, it was great when I turned like probably about 25 or so. Like I quit drinking for the buzz and just started drinking because, like, you know, certain like alcohols, like, their robustness, their flavor, their body is just genuinely fucking pleasurable to me, you know?
We call that maturation.
Well, yeah, but I never thought I would get there. I always thought I would die at like 23 in like a motorcycle accident or something, but...
Quick side note, like, I always, the way those boulders fall, they always look like they're made out of styrofoam, and I was confused why they took so much damage out. Right?
Yeah, I know. They always look like little... like rabbit turds to me, like, or giant rabbit turds to me.
I'm not seeing it. Rabbits usually look like
just pellets, right?
Yeah, pellets, raisins, you know.
Yeah,
no, because
that's what they look like to me.
Crapping all over the place and eating all of my carrots.
But then I've had lobster bisque and 2 gin and tonics today, so I'm on a pretty darn good food high right now.
I'm real sick about you talking about your lobster bisque that I obviously can't eat.
Dude, the invitation is still fucking open for you to come down here this week and hang out with us for an evening.
Host this week for some guest. We'll leave the conversation at that.
Nick's getting laid.
It's not that kind of guest. It's not even my guess. Anyways.
Well, then, who's to say? Like, you could turn it into your guest.
All right, Zap Brannigan. I get you. I get you.
Every visitor is a sex visitor if you try hard enough.
It's just funny because that sounds exactly like something he'd have said. I love you can tell who has done this game already when the rabbit immediately hauls ass to the obligatory spot there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've done this before.
Yep.
So apparently, according to the Legend of Zelda lore, this, like, the Tower of Hera, I guess, is extraordinarily important to the lore.
Yeah, because that's what in the Dark World. That's Ganon's tower, right? Oh, that's right. I need the Master Sword.
Yeah, you weren't getting out that easy.
That would have been great, though. That would have made that boss a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't remember what the purpose is to this place in the lore.
Yeah, but you're right. It is important.
Oh, Rex is asleep.
Nick, you guys suck at commentary and gameplay. I'm falling asleep.
Geez, Nick, you're awful. Your stream is putting me asleep. The best part is that he's got this stuffed animal I got him. This little stuffed eagle, and his the head is completely inside of his mouth. So
nice.
It's just this eagle's body sticking out of his head. He looks a lot like a dragon on a loot pile right now.
Yeah, like Smog after a particularly good Hobbit.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Hey, speaking of the Hobbits, let's go to some good Middle Earth writing. I'm joking. How's The Witcher treating you? How much further are you in that?
I finished the 3rd book, but I started the Chicken Shit Club, so I'm not reading it right now.
Well, you at least finished the 3rd book.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say though, it is next. I'm jumping right back in after I finish this book. It's I mean, completely different genre, obviously, but it's a really excellent book, and I think you'd enjoy it.
It's on my list of things to grab. Once I finish, I've only got 4 more books in my Audible library that I need to catch up on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, actually, I'm listening to this one, so it is on. I figured, excuse me, I figured I'd get an audiobook this time around because I'm at the lake, and I figured I'd be doing a lot of like exercise walks in the evening, like along the lake, and so
Yep.
yeah, I'm basically like burning through it. What the hell am I doing right now?
What are you doing? You don't have the key to this
I need
door.
I need that fucking.
Do you need to fall down those holes?
Okay,
Yeah,
so I don't want to go up there.
I think you need to go north.
Yeah, I need to go through this door up here. There we go.
Okay.
I don't know why I got those 2 doors mixed up. Well, I do know why. It's the alcohol, but... I think I have to sit this one out, don't I?
Yeah, you just need to survive. By any means necessary. I think you can also use the bug's net. The bug net.
Yeah, this is easier. I just have to stand here.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't think this through too hard before they started, when they made this enemy.
You mean the flying floor tiles wasn't their A game?
It was something. It's at least something to grief the speedrunners.
And they always make the same damn shape. Like, come up with something new. Skulls aren't even intimidating anymore. Of course, this was 90, what? 2?
Well, there's a few skeletons in this dungeon, right?
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Hey,
hey now.
Love skeleton.
Bitch. You ever see the old Jason and the Argonauts movie?
I did not know.
With the stop-motion animated skeletons fighting the live action?
I saw that part. I remember that.
Oh, it's great. I mean,
man.
Nothing in particular, just the juxtaposition between these goofy-ass looking, like, 2 frames per second skeletons and whoever played Jason.
They did the same with Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell, right?
Possibly?
Don't. You've seen this movie, right?
Yeah, but again, I don't remember if it was stop motion.
Some of them were. Some of them were stop motion. Some were people in costumes. Some were also skeletons that were just stood up on spikes, and they hoped we wouldn't notice.
And the rest of them were just Mexicans.
Oh, now that's not even like creatively racist. That's just
what? Hollywood hires a lot of Mexicans as extras. They just do.
Okay, all right. I'm not even gonna touch this with the anything.
If Max were here, he'd tell you it was okay.
You can't keep on hiding behind Max.
And he would admire my folksy racism. That's exactly what would happen.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Max is the Mexican friend that you have, and he's your get-out-of-jail-free card. Racist.
That's right. All I need is a black friend, and you're going to start hearing a lot of other more ignorant jokes.
You're 31 years old and you don't have a black friend yet? Oh, you are close to dying, by the way.
I need a black friend who is a regular on this show, let me clarify.
Oh, I see. How many guest hosts do you need to vindicate your racist tendencies?
As many as it takes.
Or you could just... Oh, gosh.
The one nice thing about Discord not having audio is that you don't need to listen to this fucking incessant beeping.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's on his heart monitor right now.
Yeah, right. His pacemaker's just losing battery real fast.
His life alerts.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Which actually does make sense. Yeah, these guys hit really hard too, by the way.
Yep. And none of them give you fucking hearts.
Well, they'll give you arrows. Maybe you should use some arrows. And they're just kind of laughing at you when you throw the boomerang.
Yeah.
But then again, the arrows do take longer to fire.
Guess I'm just gonna hide behind my safety wall here.
No, it works for that one. It's the next one I'm concerned about.
Let's see what we've got up here. I do have a single fairy.
Can you imagine being an unlucky schmuck who was playing through this and just for whatever reason did not get the treasure in this dungeon.
That would suck.
And then you beat Aghanim and you're like, all right, I'm a pink bunny now. What do I do? This is an intentional part of the game, right?
Yeah, it's the second half of the game. You're just Pink Bunny. Come on. Oh, still didn't hear the beeping.
There's got to be some kid who rented this game and made that mistake. Everything hits hard in this dungeon.
Nah, I just suck.
Well, everything takes out a full heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hurry!
So what does Link do with that heart? Does he eat it? Does he...
Yeah, just consumes the hearts of his enemies.
I mean, I don't know.
I've got a drop from the ceiling, don't I?
Correct, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Do I want it like this, or do I want it the other way?
You want it the other way.
Okay, right? Like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So if Link had to fall into this platform to get the item, would it look like this, or would it look like this?
Yeah, right. Hypothetically speaking, you know, let's just say I'd never played this game before.
I'm referencing the that adorable dog meme. What is it? If a dog wore pants, would it wear it like this, or would it wear them like this? You've seen this before, right?
I have not. I have no idea what you're referencing.
Oh, okay. Basically, it's like, how would a dog wear pants? Would it wear them on the would it wear them on all four legs and come up to its tail, or would it just wear it from the abdomen down?
That is cute.
And of course, like it's funny to me.
Die.
Oh, red ones, yeah, they don't die. Well, I mean, they do, but
they just don't like to. Not like
they
the blue
try
ones.
to not to.
They make it a point of pride not to die. Okay, so I need to get those damn jars.
Yeah, that'll come in.
Now, which one am I dropping down? Is this big one in the center?
Try hitting. No, it's definitely not that one.
Yep, you were right.
What does that switch do on the next floor?
It'll reveal the actual hole that I'm supposed to drop down.
I think it's that, or
Hey.
okay. I think
Right
I
here.
think you have to hit that from the top, though.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Again, I like.
You got the
this,
pearl.
I like this Wii. Since you're playing as Link, I like to pretend that I'm just a little goblin or imp floating over your shoulder. You know.
If it were
talking to
Ocarina, you could be Navy. Hey,
Yeah,
listen.
That's true. So
Just a
what
really
is
vulgar Navy. You suck.
Ocarina of Time, or are we seriously going to fight this guy with half a heart?
Yeah, but I got a fairy.
Doesn't mean we need to waste it.
We can get more fairies. And we're already gonna fall down the hole. I freaking suck at this boss. I'm just not good at him.
There goes the tactical advantage. Oh, you came back to life, what?
No!
Don't give up any ground.
Oh. If I could just get that fucking spin hit, it makes it so much faster.
Twice
There it
as
is.
fast. But then you run the risk of hitting his head. Yeah, he's got one more hit.
Oh, thank God.
How
Hey,
much more enjoyable the second
Dude.
half of the game doing with this with the level 4 sword.
Do you realize what just happened? That was the first time I've ever played this game where I did not fall while fighting that boss.
Oh, well, hey, congratulations.
Dude,
First time for
I should
everything.
drink gin every time we play video games.
Yeah, there's also the law of odds, so, there's that.
There is that. But Nick, we just set out what we just accomplished what we set out to do. So I think next episode we should get the fucking Master Sword and go to Agamemnon.
Agamemnon? Agamemnon?
Agamemnon. Wait, wasn't that from Troy?
Yeah,
Agamemnon?
it wasn't Agamemnon. Agamemnon.
Yeah.
Anemone.
Wasn't he was a sister fucker, right? He enjoyed banging his sister.
It
Is that correct?
was Greek mythology, so I mean that was kind of the norm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Though
mean,
I do-
there's someone that he was related to that he enjoyed coitus with.
Well, I mean, the whole point of that was to keep the bloodline pure. So to them, it made total sense. To
Yes. This is where the conversation stops. Next
So
time on
we'd-
Play the Hits.
We ended the conversation for the episode on an incestuous note. Okay, great. All right, good. Glad that we accomplished this. Cannot wait to show this to my friends and family.
You're welcome, YouTube. God bless you.
Okay. All right. Well, yep. I'll catch you later.
Peace.